AMARA'S journey, moral story for children, inspirational story in English with life lesson. The story. Amara was a bright young girl who grew up in the quiet village of Orang, a place surrounded by green farmlands and kind neighbors. Life was simple there. No tall buildings, no loud cars, just nature and laughter. But Amara's life was about to change. One evening, her mother told her that she would be leaving for the city to live with her aunt, Madam Grace. That night, as Amara packed her small bag, her mother sat beside her and said softly, "My daughter, when you reach the city, remember what I've always taught you. Be respectful, be kind, and most of all, stay true to your values. The city is full of opportunities and challenges, but you must never forget who you are." Amara nodded. She felt both excited and nervous. She had heard stories about the city, bright lights, endless noise, and tall buildings that touched the sky. At dawn, Madam Grace arrived in a shiny car. Amara's mother hugged her tightly. "You will do well, my child," she whispered. "Always remember my words." As the car rolled out of the village, Amara pressed her face against the window, watching the fields disappear. Hours later, her eyes widened. The city was nothing like she had ever seen. Busy streets, honking cars, tall glass towers, and people rushing everywhere. "Is this where I will live?" Amara asked. "Yes," Madam Grace said with a smile. "Welcome to your new home." A new beginning. Amara's aunt lived in a big house. There were shiny floors, soft couches, and television in every room. Madam Grace had two children, Chisom and Fola, both around Amara's age. At first, everything felt like a dream. Amara ate food she had never tasted before, wore fine clothes, and slept in a soft bed. But soon, the reality of city life began to unfold. Challenges in the city. School was harder than she expected. The students spoke fast English, carried expensive gadgets, and laughed at Amara's accent. On her first day, one boy mocked her, saying, "Are you from the bush? You sound funny." Her cheeks burned, but she remembered her mother's words, "Stay true to yourself." She refused to let the teasing break her spirit. At home, Chisom and Fola spent most of their time with their tablets, ignoring her. Amara often felt lonely. Some nights, she sat by the window whispering, "Mama, I miss you." Discovering courage. One Saturday, while returning from the market with Chisom, Amara noticed a group of children playing football on a dusty street. Her eyes lit up. She had always loved football in her village. "Why don't you play?" Chisom teased. "You will embarrass yourself." But Amara ignored her. She walked up to the group and asked shyly, "Can I join?" At first, they laughed. "This small girl? Can she even kick the ball?" one boy joked. But Amara smiled. "Let's find out." When the ball rolled her way, she kicked it with such skill that the children gasped. Within minutes, she was dribbling, scoring, and laughing with them. From that day, Amara found new friends. She learned that courage was not about being the loudest, but about being brave enough to try. The test of values. One afternoon, while walking home from school, a man carrying a bag of sweets stopped her. "Hello, little girl," he said with a smile that didn't feel right. "Come with me and I'll give you all these candies." Amara froze. She remembered the lessons from her mother and teachers. Never follow strangers, no matter what they promise. With a polite but firm voice, she said, "No, thank you," and walked away quickly. When she reached home, she told Madam Grace. Her aunt hugged her tightly. "You were very wise, Amara. Not everyone in the city has good intentions. I'm proud of you." That night, Amara wrote in her diary, "Courage is saying no when it's easier to say yes." Growth and recognition. Months passed and Amara began to excel in school. Her teachers praised her for her intelligence and creativity. The classmates who once mocked her now admired her determination. Even her cousins began to see her differently. She taught Chisom and Fola how to play football, and for the first time, they looked up to her. Madam Grace often said, "Amara, you brought the spirit of the village into this house. You remind us of the values we sometimes forget: kindness, honesty, and courage." A visit from mother. One evening, Amara's mother came to visit. As soon as she saw her, Amara ran into her arms with tears of joy. "Mama, I have so much to tell you," she cried. Over dinner, she shared her journey, the teasing at school, the friends she made, the stranger with sweets, and the lessons she learned. Her mother listened carefully, then smiled. "You see, my daughter, the world is wide and full of challenges, but as long as you hold on to your values, you will always find your way." Amara realized then that life in the city was not just about bright lights or big houses. It was about learning who she was, standing strong in tough times, and staying true to the wisdom her mother had given her. That night, she promised herself, no matter where life took her, village or city, she will always remain true, brave, and kind. The moral of the story. 1. Always respect yourself and others. 2. Stay true to your values, no matter the environment. 3. Courage is choosing the right path, even when it's difficult. 4. True strength comes from within. And that's it, my lovelies. We've come to the end of this moral story. Hope you enjoyed it. Till I come your way next time, stay true to yourself and be kind. Bye for now.